Hey everybody, Aaron here, and welcome back to my channel. I'm getting another video ready on Grant Cardone. This time I'm going to discuss his real estate scam. Grant is marketing himself these days as some sort of a billionaire real estate guru, and there's been some fantastic investigative reporting into just how Grant is scamming his investors. So I'm working on that video. It's going to take a little longer, but in the meantime, why don't we check in on one of Grant's most outspoken Scientology recruits, Tampa Brad. Brad has a YouTube channel where he discusses everything that he loves about Scientology and Tom Cruise. It is clear from one of the videos that he uploaded that his overlords at Scientology do watch his content, and it's clear from one of the videos he uploaded that Scientology actually cracked down on Brad and had him remove some of the videos from his channel. So I want to show you guys what he talked about, and I want to explain to you what it means. Let me just take a very brief break in this video to mention the sponsor of today's video, Dream Realty, which is me. If you're looking to buy or sell a home or a property anywhere in the Tampa Bay area and you would like to work with me, just message me at aaron@dreamrealty.com. Now back to the video. Get my little earpiece in here and let's go.
Hey, what up? It's Tampa Brad, and I wanted to shoot a quick video about why I recently deleted 3 of my videos about Scientology, and I basically wanted to give an explanation because here's my opinion, is that a lot of people are afraid to explain their logic for doing something because they're afraid of being misinterpreted. But the best way to combat that, being misinterpreted, I mean, is to just tell people why you really did something. So basically what I realized...
I'm just noticing that under his channel, it's #business, #money, #business consulting, and yet the video is about taking down videos about Scientology. Also, he's wearing the shirt for his family-owned business. This is his folks' business that he now runs. Home Love Construction. Can I just say, if I were a non-Scientologist working for Home Love Construction, I would be very annoyed that the CEO of the company was publicly associating and publicly affiliating Home Love Construction with the Church of Scientology. Like, it's one thing to be a non-Scientologist and you're working for a company where maybe the owner just happens to be a Scientologist, like who really cares? But this guy is making, first of all, I think he's harming the company. Like, that's probably what my annoyance would be. Like, here I am, I'm working for a company, I'm hoping to, have some financial security, and you're out there harming the reputation and the viability of this company by publicly associating it with Scientology. That would be a major concern of mine. Let's see what else Brad's got.
Basically, what I realized is in the 3 videos that I took down, I was doing something called so it's called forwarding an enemy line, but what that really means is I was taking and basically promoting a message that I didn't actually believe in.
All right, let's pause it right here and I'll explain something. Forwarding an enemy line, obviously this is a Scientology phrase. I'll admit, I don't know if this is a phrase that's used in the real world. Forwarding an enemy line is a concept that LRH described or created to basically prevent people within the organization from saying any negative things about the organization, or to prevent people in the organization from repeating negative things other people would outside of the organization might be saying. So what's happening, so let me give you an example. Let's say people out there go, Scientology is a cult. If Brad were to upload a video with the title, Why Scientology is Not a Cult, well, someone in Scientology would come to him and say, you're forwarding an enemy line. And Brad would go, no, I'm correcting misinformation. And they would go, no, you're forwarding an enemy line. It's kind of funny to note that some of Scientology's biggest blunders have been when they couldn't help themselves but to violate their own policy on this. So, for example, Mike Rinder and Tom DeVocht and back in the day, Marty Rathbun and a bunch of other high-level executives left Scientology's international management base, escaped from the base, left Scientology, and then many years later started speaking out and telling some really horrific stories about the very brutal and abusive conditions that existed at Scientology's international management base. Well, Scientology responded by publishing a special issue of one of their magazines called Freedom Magazine, and in this issue, they basically attacked all of the former executives who were speaking out and blamed those executives for having created the conditions the executives were now speaking out about. But by doing so, Scientology admitted that these horrific conditions and these horrific incidents that had occurred were in fact true. These conditions really did exist. These incidents really did occur. And one of the strategic errors here is that this magazine, this special edition of the Freedom Magazine, was issued to all of the internal members of Scientology. The public and the staff and the Sea Org members were all encouraged to read this thing. And for a lot of those members, reading this magazine was the first exposure they were having to this negative information. So Scientology violated its own policy on never forwarding an enemy line, and they did it in a very major, very public, and officially sanctioned way. But other than large examples like that, forwarding enemy lines is something Scientologists are very conscious of trying not to do. And I know, Brad's putting up his videos with the best of intentions. He's trying to hold himself up as an example of everything good and positive about Scientology, and trying to, by contrast, trying to show that all the negative things you hear about it are not true. And then here he comes and he gets spanked by the ethics officer at the Tampa org, I'm assuming, of hey, you're forwarding an enemy line. And here's what's interesting. In the nature of not forwarding an enemy line, Brad shouldn't even have done this video. Brad shouldn't have put up a video explaining that he had to take down videos because he realized he was forwarding the enemy line. It's like, if you're going to take it down, just move on. Don't announce it to the world, because now people are going to wonder, well, what were the enemy lines that you were forwarding, Brad? Like even even him trying to do all of this with the best of intentions, he's still making the same mistakes that Scientology ends up making itself. Okay, let's see what else he's got.
On the Scientology side, I want to connect with people who are genuinely interested to help move them along and answer their questions and actually get them doing stuff and improving and help them. So what I realize is when I'm talking about the clickbaity things that I was talking about, I was actually just attracting haters, essentially. Like, I was literally like, hey.
So he's attracting haters. Who in the hell does Brad think he is actually attracting to this YouTube channel? People who want to find out about Scientology don't go to YouTube. First of all, nobody really wants to find out about Scientology, or damn near close to nobody. I mean, the only people who are going to watch Brad's YouTube content, for the most part, are going to be people who are already watching negative Scientology content, or exposés, or videos like mine or Chris Shelton's, and then maybe for some reason they get served up a suggested video from Brad because he's got Scientology in his title. Like, this is the internet. This is YouTube. Scientology is one of the most hated things on the internet. This is why I really don't think Scientology actually asked Brad to do this, because Scientology, the corporate structure of Scientology is very distrusting of the internet, very wary of having its members doing anything on the internet associated with Scientology, because everyone's going to be in the comment section of Brad's videos sending him links to the OT levels, to Xenu, to Shelly Miscavige content, all legitimate, true content that Scientology would rather Scientologists were not exposed to. So anyway, this is all kind of very funny. Let's see what else he's got.
Hater magnet come like stick onto me. And as I was reading the comments, I kind of had a feeling of this. I'm like, man, I'm not really getting that much genuine interest.
Shocker.
From people who are actually genuinely interested. And so I really just got a lot of attention.
He's getting genuine interest from people who are not genuinely interested.
From people who already had a preconceived notion and already knew what they knew, and to them, Scientology is a bad thing, which is not verifiably, but that's their opinion. So
I feel bad.
What I realized is I made a video that's called How and Why I Joined Scientology. That video actually got more traction than the other ones, and I actually had people genuinely reach out to me because of that video over the other ones. Like, that's the video that got the most traction, and the most people reached out to me who were genuinely interested or excited about what was going on. And so that's really what I'm going to be focusing on, is I'm going to be focusing on targeting people with the actual videos who are interested and actually open to something that could help them. They don't have a preconceived notion. So I wanted to let you know, if you're one of the people who's watching this, then thank you for watching this, because this is probably going to be the least watched video, but I wanted it to be publicly explained why I'm doing what I'm doing, because if you look back at my earlier videos, I still believe everything that I said in those videos, especially around being transparent and telling people why you're doing stuff and showing people the behind the scenes.
I mean, he talks about being transparent. That's fine. It's just a strategic mistake to then go, part of the transparency is to then put up content that shows that I was basically told by my Scientology overlords that my content was unacceptable, and now I have fixed and corrected my behavior and gotten myself back in line, and I'm basically now doing a mea culpa. And maybe to most of the people watching this video, it wouldn't be obvious that he's only doing it because the ethics officer told him to. But as someone with an extensive history in Scientology, I can tell you that is in fact the only reason that Brad would be doing this video, because he just said he believes everything he says. He didn't take down the videos because he didn't believe what he said in them. He still believes everything that he says. I just think it's interesting that Brad's putting up these videos and it provides us an opportunity. It's almost like his videos are serving as a window. We can extrapolate some of the stuff in his videos and it can serve as a window into the craziness of Scientology that with Brad's help, we are observing in real time. Let's see what else he's got.
Then it makes it real to them and they can actually see how they could achieve it. You know, when I get to go to a Grant Cardone seminar and I get to see how his team actually puts things together and sells stuff and actually achieves the hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue that they're achieving, that inspires me and it makes it real. I'm like, oh, I just need X, Y, and Z in order for me to accomplish that. So I still want to show that to people, but I also wanted to, address like a question that somebody might have as far as like, hey, I thought you never took videos down, which I never take videos down. So I broke, the one like that might have been like kind of like a stable piece of information for some people, like a stable datum. So
yeah, all of Brad's subscribers are really holding on to this stable datum that Brad never takes videos down. Like, who does he think the intended audience is for this video? Who is he providing an explanation to? Does he think he's got subscribers that are going to go back and refer back to some of the videos he's done and go, oh my God, Brad, what have you done? You removed the video where you talked about Scientology not being a cult, or Shelley Miscavige not being missing, or I'm actually dying to know what the videos are that he took down. By the way, one of the things that Brad has had to do on this channel is consistently go through and delete almost all the comments from people who aren't Scientologists. And that's one of the other things you can see on his channel is that Scientologists are commenting on his videos. So if public Scientologists are commenting, are aware of his videos, then so are the staff members, so are the Sea Org members. And the fact that a member has a YouTube channel where they discuss Scientology is going to put up a bit of a red flag in many different areas within the organization. That's why they're watching his content. That's why they're making sure he's not doing or saying things that they don't approve of. And that also may be why he puts up some more cringy content, like the video where he basically does nothing but kiss Tom Cruise's ass for 15 minutes. If you haven't seen my review of that video, I'll put a link to it up above. It's really hilarious. All right, this video is almost over. Let's see if there's anything else good,
so to speak. So I wanted to basically explain why I did that, because it might have seemed to be divergent from what I normally do. So that said, if you are interested in knowing about my experience with the Church of Scientology, how it's helped me, how Dianetics and auditing has helped me, do send me a direct message on Instagram. That's how, if you're like a real person and you want to reach out to me, reach out via Instagram. I'm available via direct message. I've had people reach out to me. One guy is coming to Tampa for I think like the Jake Paul fight. We're going to meet up and have lunch and talk about it. And so, there's people out there who are doing things.
If you are the guy who was flying to Tampa for the Jake Paul fight and met up with Tampa Brad and you happen to see this video, you got to get in touch with me and let me know what happened.
I'm one of them. If you're one of them, reach out to me, connect with me, and I look forward to chatting with you. Thanks. And if you have not already, hit the subscribe button. It does help me out a lot and it makes me feel good. The more subscribers I got, the better I feel. All right.
Well, then at least I'm doing some good for Brad, because ever since I started reviewing his videos, his subscriber count has been going up. So that's a good thing. I can sleep well knowing that at least I'm helping Brad a little bit. But speaking of things that Scientology doesn't want Brad doing, in addition to forwarding enemy lines, I'm guessing Scientology doesn't want Brad to actually be watching my videos. And yet one of the videos Brad put up most recently, in that video, it makes it crystal clear that he actually has been watching my videos. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So we uploaded this video 2 days ago. I joined Scientology and they taught me how to organize a business so that it runs itself. I will be reviewing this video as well because it is pure gold. But there's two things he says in this video that are very subtle shots at things I have said in my videos about his videos recently. Let me show you what they are. In the first video review I did for anything on Brad's channel, here's a reference I made to earning passive income off of recruiting people to Scientology. Check this out. The reason he's doing these videos on Scientology is he's trying to participate in the MLM-like commission structure that exists in Scientology, where you can make money for bringing people in. There is that potential to make that passive income. Okay, so I just mentioned the term passive income there. Let's see what Brad had to say about passive income in his most recent video.
So that is the idea of a business that runs itself. Now, one thing that I don't want to give you the idea of is that this is not passive income. Any business is not passive. Like, it just makes me giggle when even some people who know about this stuff and are well trained in it will come up with this. They're like, I'm gonna do blah 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 and I'm gonna get passive income. Oh yeah. And I'm just like, bro, there's no fucking such thing as passive income. And also, being passive sucks and it makes you depressed. So who cares about passive income? Like, it's just a fluke. It's a lie. It doesn't exist.
What a kind of strange segue for him to make in this video. You can't tell me that's not because I wasn't just talking about passive income and Scientology recruiting and all that kind of stuff. And maybe you're like, I don't know, could be just a coincidence. Hang tight. In the second video review that I did about Brad's content, this is the one, reaction to Tampa Brad, is Tom Cruise still a Scientologist? Check out what I say here about an affiliate link.
There's a simple book that I'll put in the description. I'll put the link in the description. It's called Scientology, The Fundamentals of Thought.
Let's see what he links to here. Okay, so he wants you to buy it directly from them. That's interesting. I thought he was going to send you some sort of an affiliate link so that he could get some sort of a commission on it. Now notice I said I thought he was going to include some sort of an affiliate link. I didn't say he did include one. I didn't even actually say that there is such a thing as an affiliate link for Scientology materials, because in retrospect, there really probably isn't. And then here is what Brad had to say about affiliate links in his most recent upload. Check this out.
If you want the principles on how to organize whatever it is that you're doing, there's some very basic fundamental ideas that are contained in the book called Problems of Work. I recommend the book. I put the link in the bio. Just so you know, like, it's not an affiliate link. I just type it into my browser and copy and paste it. It's not, notice it's not shortened. It doesn't say my name in it. It's just the link to the book.
He has learned his lesson about not forwarding enemy lines, and yet he can't help but to try to push back on some of these things that I've said. So Brad, just like the church is watching your stuff and they came down on you for forwarding enemy lines, it's now evident that you're actually watching my videos. And whereas I am personally thrilled that you're watching my videos, your ethics officer or your MAA, whether you're on lines at Tampa or Bel Air Mission or Flag, I really can't tell from your content which org you're on lines at. They are not going to love the fact that you're watching my stuff. I talk about a lot of confidential stuff on this channel. I talk about the clear cognition. I talk about the OT levels. I talk about Xenu and body thetans and auditing Incident 1 and Incident 2. I talk about the Aftermath Foundation, helping people escape from Scientology. I interview people who escaped from Scientology with the help of the Aftermath Foundation. I am thrilled that you are potentially seeing all of that content, but it's going to get you in a lot of trouble with your ethics officers. So just be careful. Be careful about the kind of stuff that you upload to YouTube. If you're going to watch my stuff, keep doing it secretly. Don't try to send me any hidden signals in your videos. And you can also always contact me directly when the day comes, hopefully not too far into the future, that you personally choose to leave Scientology. I mean, I don't mean to pick on you in these videos. I should say, it's not the reason I'm doing the videos. But as long as you're putting up content on YouTube, pretending like all the criticisms of Scientology are lies and bullshit and evil propaganda from Big Pharma and the psychs, as long as you're putting up content intended to literally recruit people into Scientology, I almost have a duty to respond to your videos, explain some of the bullshit and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you don't take it personally. When you do finally leave Scientology, I hope you do get in touch. I hope there is something about the content of my videos that helps open your eyes up a little bit. I mean, at least that's what I hope. So that's all I've got on Tampa Brad for today. There's a lot more Tampa Brad content coming and a lot more Grant Cardone content coming. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Thank you guys for watching until the very end, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, Oh, Auntie Mama, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right here. Bye.